Pinagsusuntok umano at nawalan pa ng malay ang isang Filipino-American matapos siyang atakihin sa San Francisco sa California sa Amerika. Isa siya sa pinakabagong biktima ng sunod-sunod na insidente ng karahasan laban sa mga Asian American. Nakatutok si JP Soriano.
2 bloke na lang sana ang layo sa kanyang opisina sa San Francisco, California ng 59-year-old na Filipino-American na si Danilo Yuchang nang bigla siyang itulak at pagsusuntukin ng isang lalaki. Ayon kay Danilo na namamaga pa rin sa pasa ang muka nang makausap ng GMA News, nangyari ang pag-atake nitong Lunes pagkatapos ng kanyang lunch break sa isang bahagi ng Market Street sa San Francisco.
Tinulak ako napasubsub ako. Nung napababa ako, sinuntok na ako. Tuloy-tuloy na suntok. Nawalan ako ng malay Kaya hindi ko alam kung gaano katagal ako nawalan ng malay. Yung pagsuntok sa akin, dito ako napuruhan sa kaliwa Malakas yung suntok
Nang magkamalay si Danilo, kasama na niya ang San Francisco Police at isinakay na siya sa ambulansya. Sa pahayag ng San Francisco Police Department, isang saksi ang nakakita sa pag-atake kay Danilo kung saan nakitang tumakas ang salarin at sumakay sa isang minibus. Ayon sa San Francisco Police Department, nakuna ng CCTV ang sospek at kalaunay natuntun din at kinilala nilang si George Davis Milton na sospek din pala sa isa pang pag-atake bago ang kay Danilo. Nagsampa na ng reklamo si Danilo sa sospek.
Kung ako ang tatanungin, palagi ko hate crime Kasi walang nawala sa akin. Pati yung mga binili kong pagkain, yung wallet ko, yung cellphone ko na nalaglag sa sahig, walang nawala.
Philippine Embassy sa Amerika patuloy na nakikipag-ugnayan sa US authorities para matiyak ang kaligtasan at seguridad ng mga Filipino-Americans. Nagpapasalamat din ang ating embahada sa mga hakbang at aksyong ginagawa ng gobyerno ng Amerika para matugunan ng problemang kinakaharap ng Asian American community. Nito lang Miyerkules, isang 75 taong gulang na Chinese na babae ang inatake sa San Francisco pero hindi nagpabiktima at nanlaban ng lola. Ang ending, ang 39-year-old na attacker na kinilalang si Stephen Jenkins pa ang naospital. JP Soriano, nakatutok 24 oras.
The rise in violence has sparked fear within the AAPI community.
An Asian piece of shit.
Racism against Asian Americans isn't new. So what is causing the rise of attacks?
Do we know if all of these attacks are racially motivated?
We do not know that, but look, they are unprovoked.
Rallies have been held across the country to highlight the urgency of the issue.
Justice for Asians! We will be invisible no more. We will speak up. And we say that we are American too. We're American!
You're looking at the face of a Filipino-American man who was slashed while standing on a train to work.
That was Wednesday, February 3rd, and about 8 o'clock, I was at the L train. I stood there quietly. A man came and stood beside me. He started kicking my bag. He came towards me. I thought he's going to punch me. But when I didn't feel anything, I saw his hand with a boxer cutter. I shouted for help, but nobody helped me.
Noel is still unsure what motivated the attack. The police have not called it a hate crime.
I don't know if it is because of the pandemic. I really don't know because I'm Asian. I have no idea. So sorry. Well, I am good, but it's not just like me. If it's just me, it's okay. But I also live with other people,
Noel considers himself lucky. He's mourning for the victims who have not survived, like this 84-year-old Thai man who died 2 days after an attack on his regular morning walk. Since the outbreak of COVID-19 in 2020, more than 2,800 self-reported accounts of violent and non-violent anti-Asian hate were recorded by a rights group. It's widely believed the spike in racist attacks is due to Donald Trump's rhetoric on coronavirus.
Kung flu.
But the reality is more complicated than that. It's difficult to pinpoint one root cause for the surge in attacks, but some say a combination of the rhetoric blaming Asians, particularly during the pandemic, along with the ease of recording and sharing these attacks, has contributed to making the issue more visible. We spoke to Representative Judy Chu, who says racism against Asians in the US goes far beyond Trump's presidency.
Of course, we have a very long history in this country, going all the way back to the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882.
It was the first legislation to bar immigration of an ethnic group. Yet, Asian Americans have played an indispensable role in building the country.
The Chinese Americans were responsible for the transcontinental railroad from the West Coast to Utah. But now, we see that Asian Americans of all backgrounds are essential workers. They are the ones that are on the front lines of the COVID-19 response.
To combat the recent crimes, New York City created an Asian hate crime task force. But many say more policing is not the answer.
People saying very nasty, profane language, telling us to go back to where we're from. At the same time, we were hearing about food insecurity and our elderly also being violently attacked the same time last year. So we decided to counter all of that negativity and hatred with love. And how do we express love in the Asian culture? Many times it's through food.
Mrs. and Mr. Lee say they only go out once a month because they're scared. To them, these bags mean much more than a hearty meal. So what can the government do to protect those like Mr. and Mrs. Lee? President Biden signed a memorandum condemning anti-Asian hate, but Asian lawmakers say there is more to be done.
We immediately asked for a meeting with the Department of Justice. We want to look for ways to better prosecute such crimes. In addition, we are pushing the No Hate Act. The No Hate Act improves the hate crime reporting in the country.
As of now, lawmakers say it's rare these attacks are prosecuted as hate crimes, as it's difficult to prove racist intent. The suspect in Noel's case has been arrested and charged with assault. Do you think you can forgive him for what he did?
Oh, yes. Yeah, everybody deserves forgiveness, yeah.
Noel is joining the movement as well, sharing his story, hoping to prevent another tragedy.
We still have a common enemy. The common enemy is racism.